Welcome back to another question of the month. This question of the month was hard because I had to look deep and remember times I'd rather forget. The question of the month for June is as follows. Everyone has experienced a broken heart at some point in their lives. Did your HIV diagnosis lead to a heartbreak or did it stem from a heartbreak? If so, what lessons did you learn? I must start with a quote. Every time your heart is broken, a doorway cracks open to a world full of new beginnings and new opportunities. By Patty Roberts. To answer this question, I must go back to a time that I consider as one of the lowest points of my life. After 4 years with my boyfriend, he had decided to leave me. We were in an abusive relationship. He would slap me, hit me, and he threw me against the walls. He cheated throughout our relationship, and he thought I didn't know about it. At this point, I was not getting the help I needed for my post-traumatic stress disorder, my depression, and anxiety. And I was still blaming myself for the death of my twin, otherwise known as survivor's guilt. Not having the support or understanding of anyone at this time. I was alone, hurt, and didn't care about me, and I didn't love me. So, I did what most people do. Look for love in sex. To feel connection and loved. To feel valued and cared. Knowing it was a lie or a fantasy. A hope that someone would love me and not leave me. So, I put my guard down and trusted someone I shouldn't. The way I found out I was positive is that I got bitten by a consumer when I was working with behavioral health individuals. And I had to go to the ER to get tested for different things I might have been exposed to. When I was told about my diagnosis, I was there, or my body was, but mentally and emotionally and spiritually, I wasn't there. It was like when I found out my twin was dead. I wasn't in my body, and nothing hit me at that moment. Then, when I got home, I broke down and cried. I wanted to die. And I thought, who would want to be with me now? I also was in a way lucky that around the same time I was going through a nervous breakdown and was able to get treatment for both situations. I decided, like everything else in life, I wouldn't disclose my diagnosis to my family or anyone else. I would go through this alone because that's what I had done with bad situations in the past. I decided to not disclose my diagnosis to my family to protect them and to protect me. I didn't want my family to know because we had been through many rough years recently with death of loved ones. I didn't want them to not love me or to separate themselves from my life because of this disease. When they found out, my mom cried and said to me, "Why didn't you tell me you were sick?" At this point, I was in the right place in my life. And I laughed and I said, "I didn't tell you because I am not sick. I have an illness, but I am controlling it. As long as I take my medication and do what I need to do to stay healthy, I will be fine and I will live. But I will get sick like anyone else. The difference is now I must be more careful and aware of things that can make me sick." In a way, the breakup and the lack of love helped me get to my diagnosis and got me to be positive. The lesson I learned was to love myself even more and to not give up in bad situations. There will be hard times and times that feels unbearable, but we must keep fighting. Getting help is not a weakness, but a strength when you can't do it alone. I learned that being strong is admitting that you can't do it by yourself. Like one of my favorite songs says, "I've been stuck in a storm before. Felt the wind raging at my door. Couldn't move, couldn't breathe, couldn't find a way out. Somehow the clouds disappeared. Somehow I made it here. Maybe just so you can hear me say, the sun will rise. The sun will rise when you lost your light. The sun will rise and it'll be all right." It was the love for my family and not willing to give up that made me get treatment and stay on it. Love for them, and later on, love for myself. That helped me become the CEO of my life. I will leave you with a quote from Elizabeth Gilbert. "Someday, you're going to look back on this moment of your life as such a sweet time of grieving. You'll see that you were in mourning and your heart was broken. But your life was changing." This is true about my journey with my diagnosis. Till next time, and remember, the sun will rise even through the darkness, and I'm here if you need me.